So let us start exercise 1.1 of class 12th. The first question is, determine whether each of the following relations are reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So let us talk about this part 1. Relation R in the set A. So what is set A? This is set A. Defined as R equals x comma y equal to 3x minus y equals 0. That means if I put x equal to 1 from this set A, y will be equal to thrice of x, right? 3x minus y is equal to 0. That implies y will be equal to thrice of x. So if I want to write this relation R, if I write the first entry as 1, so it will be 3 here, right? Because if I place x equal to 1, y will be equal to 3 into 1, that is 3. If I put x equal to 2, y will be equal to 6, that is 3 into 2, that is 6. If I place 3 here, it will be 9 here, 4, it will be 12 here. If I place 5, then I'll have 15 at the second entry's place. But 15 is not there in set A. So these are the ordered pairs that will be there in the relation R defined by this relationship. So this is my relation R. Now I need to find whether it is reflexive, symmetric or transitive. So for reflexivity, for it to be reflexive, all the doublets of these elements, that is 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, these doublets should be present in this relation. But if you see 1 comma 1 is not present here, so it doesn't belong to R, hence I can say it is not reflexive. It is not reflexive. So if I say that 1 comma 1 is not present, or the doublet of this element 1 is not present, so it is not reflexive. So if it was present in this relation, would it be reflexive? No. No, it is not sufficient information for me to say that it is reflexive, because every doublet should be present, 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3 up to 14 comma 14. So whatever element is there in set A, its doublet should be present in the relationship for it to be reflexive, but it is not present. Why do I write only one element here, that 1 comma 1 is not present in R, hence it is not reflexive? But because for saying not reflexive, it is enough for me to show only one exception. Even if I show one exception, then it is false, right? Or it is not reflexive. Okay. But if I want to show it as reflexive, I have to show that every pair of this form should be present in the relation for all A belonging to set A. Alright. So it is not reflexive. What about symmetry? Symmetry. You see 1 comma 3 is present in relation R, or 1 comma 3 belongs to R, but 3 comma 1 doesn't belong to R, hence I can say it is not symmetric. Okay. What about transitive? Is it transitive? Let me check. 1 comma 3 is there, 3 comma 9 is there. So 1 comma 3 and 3 comma 9 belong to R, but 1 comma 9 doesn't belong to R. Hence I can say it is not transitive. Not transitive. So it is not reflexive, not symmetric, not transitive. Okay. Relation R in the set N of natural numbers is defined as this, that y is equal to x plus 5, where x is less than 4. So x can be 1, 2 or 3, right? It has to be less than 4 and it has to be a natural number, so it can be 1, 2 or 3. What will be y? If x is equal to 1, corresponding value of y will be 6. If x is equal to 2, it will be 7, y will be 7. If x is equal to 3, y will be 8. So what are the elements or ordered pairs in this relation R? These are 1, 6, 2, 7. So wherever we can write this relation R, we should write it. because it has got only 3 ordered pairs, so I can write it in roster form. Now the things are very clear to me because I have got these elements in front of me. So can I say it is reflexive? No. Is it reflexive? No, because it is a set of natural numbers in which this relation R is defined. So I should have doublets of all the natural numbers 1 1 2 2 3 3 and so on for it to be reflexive, because these are not present here, so it is not reflexive. So reflexive? No. What about symmetry? Is it symmetric? No, because 1 comma 6 I see here, 6 comma 1 is not present here, because you can write like this: 1 comma 6 belongs to relation R, but 6 comma 1 doesn't belong to relation R, hence I can say it is not symmetric. What about transitivity? Is it transitive? See, 1 comma 6 is there, 6 comma something is not there, 2 comma 7 is there, 7 comma something is not there, 3 comma 8 is there, 8 comma something is not there. So until and unless we have got A comma B and B comma C in the relationship, we don't have to look for A comma C, right? What I mean is, there is nothing of this form A comma B and B comma C. There are not 2 ordered pairs of which the second element of one is equal to the first element of another. So such a situation is not there in this. So we don't have to worry about A comma C being present or not. So until and unless these two are present, if these two are present and the A comma C is not present, then I will say it is not transitive. In all other cases it is transitive. So now it is transitive. Yes. So this relation is not reflexive, not symmetric, but yes, it is transitive. Okay. Relation R in set A, this is set A, is defined as y is divisible by x. So what is relation R? If I write 1 here, I'll have to write the second entry which is divisible by 1. So 1 is divisible by 1. Every other element is divisible by 1. So this is the way you can write this relation R. Let us see whether we have to write the exact relation, or we can do it without writing the relation. See, y is divisible by x. So if I take A comma A, where A is any element belonging to this set A, is it present in the relation? Let us check. What is the definition of relation? Y is divisible by x. So A is divisible by A. It is true, right? Every element is divisible by itself. A is divisible by A, because these are the elements, right? If there was 0 in this, then it would have been a problem. But now every element here from 1 to 6 is a natural number, and it is divisible by itself for sure. So A is divisible by A means A comma A belongs to this relation R for all A belonging to set A. Or the other way to show it is that if you put 1 is divisible by 1, 2 is divisible by 2, 3 is divisible by 3. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, all these doublets are present in this relation, hence this relation is reflexive. So it is reflexive. What about symmetric, or what about it being symmetric? So let us see. If one, let us take one element as 1 comma 2. If 1 is divisible by 2, then 2 is divisible by 1. This element is there, right? But now look at anything else, something else. 2 comma 4. 4 is divisible by 2, but you see 4 comma 2 will not be present. 2 comma 4 is present because 4 is divisible by 2, but 2 is not divisible by 4, right? So it is not symmetric, and it is enough for me to show only one exception for saying it not symmetric. Okay, so I have given you one exception, that 2 comma 4 is present, as 4 is divisible by 2, but 4 comma 2 is not present, as 2 is not divisible by 2 is not divisible by 4, right? So it is not symmetric. What about it being transitive? So let us take it like this. 2, let us take So to check whether it is transitive or not, I can take a general example also, because I can take like this: AB and BC belongs to R. What does it mean? That B is divisible by A, right? And C is divisible by B. The presence of these two ordered pairs in the relation means this, that B is divisible by A and C is divisible by B. So if B is divisible by A, B will be of the form A into some constant, right? Some integer. So if B is equal to A into B, now C is divisible by B, so C will be B into some integer, let us say lambda. So if I replace this B with A into K, so I can write it as A into K into lambda. That means C is divisible by A. So this implies C is divisible by A. Hence I can say that A comma C is present in this relation R. So this is transitive. This relation is transitive. Hence I can say this relation is transitive. So if A comma B is present, B comma C is present, then A comma C will be present, because if B is divisible by A and C is divisible by B, then C will definitely be divisible by A. Alright, so this relation is transitive. So I can say that it is reflexive and transitive but not symmetric. Okay. Now relation R in set Z of all integers is defined as this, that x minus y is an integer. So now I'll check for reflexivity. A minus A, right, is an integer, because A minus A is equal to 0. So I can say, and which is 0, which is an integer, right? So A comma A is present in the relation for all A belonging to A, or for all A belonging to set of integers. Okay, because I have defined relation R in set Z. So whatever integer I take, A comma A is always present in this relation R, because A minus A will give me 0. As per this definition of this relation, A minus A should be an integer. So it is very well an integer because it is 0. So A comma is present, hence it is reflexive. So what about symmetric? What about it being symmetric? A minus B is an integer. If AB is present in this relation R, then I can say A minus B is an integer. So B minus A will also be an integer, right? Let us say it is an integer K. So B minus A will be minus K, which is also an integer. So if A minus B is present in this relation R, so A minus B, if A comma B is present in R, then I can say A minus B is an integer. So if A minus B is an integer, B minus A will be just the negative of that integer, and it will also be an integer. So B comma A, this implies B comma A will also be present in that relation. Hence, this is symmetric. This relation is symmetric. What about transitivity? If AB is present and BC is present in relation R, right, that will mean A minus B is an integer. Let us take it as M. B minus C is an integer. Let us take it as N. So we need to check whether this implies the presence of A comma B and B comma C implies the presence of A comma C. If it also belongs to relation R, then we will say it is transitive. So A minus B is an integer M, B minus C is an integer N. If I add these two, then A minus B plus B minus C will be equal to M plus N. And what will be it? A minus C is equal to M plus N, which is sum of two integers, which is an integer, right? This is also an integer. If you add two integers, that will again give you an integer. So A minus C is an integer, that implies A comma C belongs to relation R. A minus C is an integer. This implies that A comma C belongs to this relation R. Hence, I can say this relation is transitive. because the presence of a comma b and b comma c ensures the presence of a comma c. Or in other words, if b minus if a minus b is an integer, b minus c is an integer, then a minus c will be an integer. Hence, this is transitive. Relation R in the set A of human beings in a town at a particular time is given by. So I'll discuss it here. Okay, I will not write everything here step by step. I will just explain it to you. You need to write every step. So relation R is defined for the first part. For the A part, relation is defined as x and y work at the same place. So if I ask you, x and y work at the same place, so if I say x comma x, whether it is present in the relation or not, so everyone works at the same place as himself, right? So this doesn't make any sense if you see it literally, right? Because obviously if you are working at some place, you are working at that place, right? So everybody is working at the same place. Okay, if I take Ram as one of the persons, okay, one of the human beings present, then Ram works at the same place and Ram also works at the same place. It is the same person and they work at the same place. I hope you understand this. So if I take x comma x, is it there in this relation R? So yes, because I hope you understand. So yes, it is reflexive. What about symmetric? It being symmetric, if a comma b belongs to R, if a comma b belongs to R, it will mean that a and b work at same place. If a and b work at same place, can I say b and a work at same place? Obviously yes. If b and a work at same place, that means b comma a will belong to this relation R. So if a comma b belonging to R implies that b comma a will belong to R, that means this relation is symmetric. I will not write each and every step. I hope you understand it here and write the steps yourself. So what about it being transitive? If a comma b is present and b comma c is present in the relation R, that will mean a and b work at the same place, b and c also work at the same place. So if a and b work at a place and b and c work at the same place, then that means a and c will also work at the same place. Then this means a and c are also working at the same place. That means a comma c belongs to R. Hence I can say this relation is transitive. So this is reflexive, this is symmetric, this is transitive. Okay, x and y work at the same place. This is the definition of this relation. So everybody works at the same place as himself. That means it is reflexive. If a and b work at the same place, then obviously b and a will work at the same place. So that means this relation is symmetric. If a and b work at the same place and b and c also work at the same place, then for obvious reasons a and c will work at the same place. Hence this is transitive. So for the first part, or this eighth part, this part is reflexive, symmetric as well as transitive. Okay. Look at this part. X and Y live in the same locality. So this is exactly the same question as this, because X and Y live in the same locality, X and Y work at the same place are no two different questions, just the language is different. So X and Y live in the same locality. Can I say X and X live in the same locality? Everybody lives in the same locality as himself, right? So that means this relation is reflexive. And if A, B live in the same locality, can I say B, A also live in the same locality? Yes. So this is symmetric. If A and B live in the same locality and B and C live in that locality, then can I say A comma C live in the same locality? Yes. So this is transitive. Hence this is reflexive, symmetric as well as transitive. There is no difference in the first part and this second part, so I am not wasting any more time on it. Now this part, x is exactly 7 centimeter taller than y. So if x is exactly 7 centimeter taller than y, then x cannot be, this element cannot belong to the relation R, because x cannot be 7 centimeter taller than himself. So it doesn't belong to this relation R, hence I can say it is not reflexive. Not reflexive. So this relation is not reflexive. What about it being symmetric? So if a comma b is present in relation R, that will mean a is 7 centimeter taller than b, right? So can b comma a belong to R? No, because if a is 7 centimeter taller than b, b cannot be 7 centimeter taller than a, right? Vice versa cannot be true. A is 7 centimeter taller than b, that means that doesn't imply that b is 7 centimeter taller than a. So I can say this is not symmetric. Not symmetric. What about it being transitive? Let us say a comma b and b comma c are present in the relation. That means a is 7 centimeter taller than b and b is 7 centimeter taller than c. So is a 7 centimeter taller than c? No, because a is 7 centimeter taller than b and b is 7 centimeter taller than c. That means a is 14 centimeter taller than c, which is not the definition of our relationship. Our relation, or the ordered pair that will be present in this relation, should satisfy this condition, that the first entry of that ordered pair should be 7 centimeter taller than the second entry. But here if I say a comma c doesn't belong to R, because a is 14 centimeter taller than c and not exactly 7 centimeter taller. It should be exactly 7 centimeter taller for it to be in the relationship. So it is not in the relation, hence it is not transitive. So for this part, this C part, it is not reflexive, not symmetric, not transitive. Okay. Now I will focus on this part, D. X is wife of Y, right? So X cannot be wife of X, or X cannot be wife of herself. So this element doesn't belong in relation R. So I can say it is not reflexive, not reflexive. So if X is wife of Y, X is wife of Y, can Y be wife of X? No. So if X comma Y is present in the relation, Y comma X cannot be there in the relation. What is the relation? That X is wife of Y. So if Y comma X is there in the relation, then Y has to be wife of X. But Y is husband of X. So it cannot be there in the relation R. So I can say this is not symmetric, not symmetric. Now let us check the transitivity. Now you need to pay attention. See, X comma Y and Y comma Z. Can these belong to R? Let us check. I am not saying that it belongs to R, I am checking for it. So for X comma Y to be there in this relation, X is wife of Y, alright. So Y is a male, okay. X is wife of Y, that means Y is the husband of X. Now Y comma Z, so Y is wife of Z. As if this has to be present, then Y should be wife of Z, which is not possible because Y is husband of X. So if X comma Y is there, Y comma Z cannot be present in the relation, and if it is not present, I don't have to check for X comma Z, right? I just have to check in case of transitivity. If X comma Y and Y comma Z is present, then I have to check for X comma Z, right? Otherwise I don't have to check. I can simply say that this relation is transitive. It is transitive, right? It will not be transitive only if x comma y is present, y comma z is present, and x comma z is not present. But in this case, you see x comma y is there, but y comma z is not there. So I don't have to check for anything else. And I will directly say that this relation is transitive. So it is not reflexive, it is not symmetric, it is transitive. In case of transitivity, you need to take care that a relation will not be transitive only if a comma b is present, b comma c is present, and a comma c is not present. Presence of a comma b and b comma c doesn't imply the presence of a comma c. Only then it is not transitive. In all other cases, we will say it is transitive. Okay. Now look at this one. X is father of y. So x comma x cannot be present in relation R because x cannot be father of himself. So it is not reflexive. Not reflexive. You can take x comma x here or a comma a here. You can say a comma a doesn't belong to R, right? Because a cannot be father of himself. So it is not reflexive. And what about symmetry? A comma b belongs to R. That means this will imply that a is father of b. So does it imply that b is father of a? No. This implies b cannot be father of a, or b is son of a. So this implies b comma a cannot belong to relation R, because for b comma a to belong in R, b should be father of a, which is not possible because a is father of b. So it is not symmetric. Not symmetric. What about it being transitive? A comma b belongs to R and b comma c belongs to R. This should imply that a comma c belongs to R. Now let us take a is father of b, b is father of c. That means a is grandfather of c, which is not the relation as per our definition, because a has to be father of c to be present in this relation. So this implies a comma c doesn't belong to this relation R. Hence it is not transitive. These two are present, a comma b is there, b comma c is there, but a comma c is not there, hence it is not transitive.